Mexico moves to ban junk food sales to children, citing obesity as coronavirus risk factor.
Here's a summary of the article.
Spurred by growing evidence that being overweight increases the risk of serious illness with an infection by the novel coronavirus, a number of Mexican states are moving to ban the sale of junk food to children. The food industry claims that mom-and-pop bodegas and shops that rely heavily on soda sales will be hurt financially by the new laws. Mazafarian says Oaxaca's ban is a watershed event in food policy, likening it to the Food and Drug Administration's ban on trans fats in 2015. In Mexico and the United Kingdom, we are seeing people at the highest levels talking about the incredible links between lifestyle-related diseases and worse outcomes with COVID-19, he says. Barry Popkin, an obesity researcher at the School of Public Health at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, says Colombia and Brazil are pushing to pass laws requiring food warning labeling. COVID is accelerating it. We're seeing new lines of junk food introduced, see companies giving out free junk food and calling it disaster relief, he says. In most of the places I'm looking at in Latin America, Asia and Africa, purchases of junk food and all shelf-stable and sugary beverages have increased, Popkin says. Simon Barquera, the director of the Nutrition Research Center at the National Institute of Public Health in Cuernavaca, says the new laws in Oaxaca and Tabasco took the junk food industry by surprise.
This post received a score of 8,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
A few weeks ago, Oaxaca state banned the sale of junk food to children. Now, more states are following through.
America's head explodes.
Don't worry, the US, Canada, EU, and Switzerland are trying to prevent this ban from happening so they can continue to exploit Mexico.
That sounds like a future conflict inside Oaxaca. Those corporations will force to do something extra, I bet. That law means losing millions of dollars.
Oaxaca is many things: impoverished, backward and just shit in general, but we're also extremely stubborn. No corporation will be able to change this.
I really hope this starts something and propagates to more places.
Don't get your hopes up. People are still going to eat junk food and they're still going to be fat.
Seems like a mostly symbolic move. I don't imagine children are directly purchasing most of the junk food they consume. Their parents buy it at the store.
Well, kids won't be able to buy that shit in schools' cafeterias, so that's a big deal.
This is the main point. I can teach my kids how to eat, not buy shitty food like Coke, Nestle, PepsiCo, etc. And still fail because the fucking school gives them access to all that garbage. That really makes me mad.
How do you classify junk food? Over a certain amount of sugar, fat, carbs, etc.? Which decides the limit?
Typically junk food is processed food. It's not like there is a single nutritional metric that makes something a junk food.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, is it gonna be anything that's processed is junk food and therefore cannot be sold to children? How exactly is this rule gonna work?
The article says that the sale of certain foods, chips, candy, soda, etc. will be made illegal to people under the age of 18 years old, much like the sale of cigarettes or alcohol. However, I'm not certain that is going to help, as I'm sure in most of the cases it is their parents that are purchasing these items for their kids. However, it does make sense in cases like vending machines in schools.
Some of it is for sure parents, but there's a lot of kids with ready access to corner stores, tienditas, or even shops within the schools, and those purchases aren't getting any adult oversight. At least this way the parents should hopefully be more aware of how much of the stuff the kid is eating.
Mexican junk food is world class. My condolences to our neighbors to the south.
Mexican guy here. I agree with the ban. It's sad to see obese children getting 6 bags of junk food per day. This and the new label system will help a little with the situation.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.